All right, guys. So I'm gonna show you how really one of the easiest ways to handle this dilation project. So when you're trying to scale a picture, you just decide to choose what picture you want, right? So I'm gonna choose this picture right here. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in on mines just so I can see it a little bit better. I created a circle, which will be my center point, right? And so now, in order to create the grid, I'm going to just create just one triangle. I mean, one square or rectangle. And I'm going to put it in the top left corner. I'm going to make it transparent, right? And so you notice that I'm trying to now put it a little bit above because I want to kind of create some space with this thing. And so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to just copy this. I'm going to connect the points, each of them until I get to the end. And we're going to end up seeing how many rectangles it takes for me to get to the end. Notice the red lines are letting me know that this is level and even, right? So now after I created that row, I'm going to now highlight them all. And then I'm going to right click. Once I right click, I got some options up. And I'm going to go all the way down to group. And I'm going to group them. And so I'm going to kind of even this out to where I know this is dead in the center because I kind of wanted to be even on each side. So then from there, what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy and paste this. And I'm now going to do the same thing with those rectangles with this line now. And then I'm going to keep doing it until we get all the way to the bottom. And once I get them all the way to the bottom, we will have one full grid around our picture. And again, there might be other ways to do it, but I found that this is the easiest way to get this done. All right. So now I have it complete. So then what I want to do, if I'm satisfied with this, I then want to click on each individual row and I want to group those rows. Remember, it's right click, select group, and now they're grouped. And so now as I move it, it's going to move as one piece, right? So I'm going to highlight everything, right click, and I'm going to group it. So now as I move this, it's going to move with my picture, all right? And so now here comes into play my center point. And so my center point is my point of dilation. And so I'm going to just choose a point. And for me, I'm going to pick this point right here. Right. I'm going to bring my point to the front so it looks like it's sitting on top. I'm going to zoom back out. I'm going to highlight everything. And then I'm going to group it again. The reason why I keep grouping it in layers is because at some point when I make my enlargement, I want to now make the circle smaller and I want to add lines, right? And so now at the phase where we want to go into our enlargement. The easiest way for me to understand which enlargement I want, I need to have a small enough size picture. And so I go to format options and I go to size. So this size width would be 1.65. And now let's just say I wanted to do a dilation of 2. So that means 1.65 will go to 3.3. Now I'm always going to lock the aspect ratio so that as I move the width, the height changes. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy and I'm going to paste this. And so now I have two of the same images. They are the same size at this present moment. And so I'm going to make sure my width is 3.3. So now this is twice the size of the original. Now, what you will have to do, you will have to create additional squares, right? Because we increased the smaller to this larger, but there's the same number of boxes here. So the easiest way to do that is now use our line tool, and you'll see the line connectors pop up, and it kind of assists you and help you, right? I don't want to select the line tool each and every time, so I just hit copy and paste, and I find a way to get in the dead center of our picture. And we're going to do this for each additional square. All right, now once I have my vertical lines in place and lined up, what I want to do, I want to click on arrange. I don't want to click on a line. I don't want to click on top because I want to make sure that these lines are even. Then I want to click on arrange. Then I want to click on distribute. And then I want to click on horizontally. So now all of these lines are horizontally distributed. Now I want to group them, right? Now I want to go into the phase where I'm going to do the same thing for my horizontal lines. Now with these lines, we want to make sure that they're distributed vertically and aligned properly. And then after we do all of those things, we want to go ahead and group them. Now we want to group our new lines together. And then we want to group that with the whole thing. And all we need to do is just hover over all of it and now group it. So now when we start to look at the points of emphasis based upon this scale factor, I could take any square, I could take any point. If I go here, right on the top, I notice that in the smaller picture it's one square, but here it's a 2 by 2. So that lets me know that it's an enlargement with a scale factor of 2. So this is how you do what you need to do to the pictures. You will also have to show how the scale factor changed. So you can show by saying this is so many units by so many units, and now this one is in this, and showing your physical numbers on the picture, and then showing your math on the side. However you want to do it, this is what you need to do. This is the easiest way to get that done. Remember, you have to do it to a cartoon, a photo, and just some other picture. If you have any questions, please refer to the directions and email me or message me if you need any further clarification on how to do this.